something I did at 17 or 18 was going to build to be something I did at 30.
Mm-hmm.
And, for our kids, we need to remember every experience might be tapped somewhere. And there's, like you said, there's no learning that's a waste of time. There's just none.
Right.
It's all, you don't know when you're going to use it.
Mm-hmm. And I think we as parents tend to beat ourselves up the most when it's those things we feel like we've been a failure to our children.
Yeah.
Those really challenging things that we and they end up learning the most from.
Well, and we forget you cannot teach it all. You can't.
Yes,
There's too much
that
in the
is
world today,
so
and even
true.
more so today. There is twice as much to know today than there was in 1950. If
Yeah.
one even just throws in
Yeah.
technology and
Mm-hmm.
software programs and, you know, artificial intelligence and everything else under the sun. If you teach the foundations of how to learn,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can somehow manage to instill in your child a desire to learn and to self-educate when they need to, you've won. You've won.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have taught it all. We need the
Mm-hmm.
foundational stuff there for sure. They need to read and write pretty well,
Right.
and math as best as they can do. But
Right.
but if they know how to teach themselves from that point on, it's home free. Anything they want. There are a million resources out there if somebody has the desire to want to learn.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
that was one of my key goals when I started homeschooling was I wanted to make sure that my kids somehow had like an intellectual curiosity that they graduated with.
Yes,
And I thought,
because you can't get that later. You either
you
it
can ruin
phases
it.
out, you can ruin it. And
Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna put this out because my parents homeschooled some of my adopted siblings, and because of a health issue with my mom, ended up putting me back in the public school into the special ed program,
Uh-huh.
and it ruined one of my brother's work ethics. They can't get it back.
Yeah.
He is now sucked into the way that teenagers, they were told. He was basically told over and over again, you're not going to be able to do anything. So why don't you just enjoy this program? We'll have this little, thing that you can go to here, and then we'll pacify you with this here. And he's bought into it. And
And that's
it's
almost
really sad.
impossible. It almost is impossible to break once a learner gets to that place.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen once in a while, but it's pretty difficult to move them out of that mindset.
Yeah.
And that's sad when that happens. And we sometimes don't realize that we inspire our children by challenging them.
Yes.
Not by things that are so hard they can't succeed, but by
Right.
real work, real
Mm-hmm.
concrete projects,
Mm-hmm.
really working on the car engine. You don't realize that
Yes.
really working on learning how to change the oil in the car and then stepping back and letting them do it and fail
Mm-hmm.
and do it and then fix it. That
Yeah.
when they're 25, that's going to pay off in ways
Mm-hmm.
that don't look like it's connected to changing the oil in the car, but it does.
Yes, because they're going to persevere through other things that
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, and we all want to feel like we're learning things that we can really use in the world too.